Legacy IAS Academy. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about India-Australia relationship because of the recent Prime Minister's visit to Austria. ठीक है? So where is Austria located? This is located in Europe. Austria is a landlocked country in Europe. It is a landlocked country. Landlocked country मतलब bounded by land from all the sides. ठीक है? Why did Prime Minister visit Austria is because India-Austria relationship has marked 75 years of diplomatic relationship. ठीक है? And it has been very long since a Prime Minister had visited Austria since 1983. June 1983 when Prime Minister Indira Gandhi visited. After her, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who is visiting Austria. Okay? So for all these reasons, it is running into news. Now, talking about the evolution of historical relationship between India and Austria. So it began with Jawaharlal Nehru when diplomatic relationship was established in the prime ministerialship of Jawaharlal Nehru himself. Okay? But after which we intervened or the negotiations between Russia and that is former Russia, that is USSR, was signing a treaty with Austria called the State Treaty of Austria, after which, after the signing of this treaty, Austria would become a separate country. Okay? So India intervened and stood in favor of creation of Austria as a separate country. Okay? So talking about the Prime Ministers who have visited Austria earlier, it was Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, followed by him was Indira Gandhi, and then the current Prime Minister Narendra Modi has visited Austria. But apart from this, President K.R. Narayanan has also visited Austria. Okay? So what are the areas of cooperation between India and Austria? Political cooperation is significantly in the Indo-Pacific stability. Why is it so important? Because Indo-Pacific stability has been negotiated by most of the Western countries. Plus, Austria is a non-NATO country. Okay? It is a non-NATO country. So, a non-NATO country sitting in Europe stating in favor of free and open Indo-Pacific, matlab it is trying to keep its position very much neutral as compared to East and West. Okay? As compared to Russia and USA, Austria has tried to keep its position very much neutral because it is a non-NATO country and stating the same objective what US is stating, that we are calling for a free and open Indo-Pacific. Okay? So that puts the alignment, the neutrality of India and neutrality of Austria comes under one alignment. That is one area of cooperation. Second is the economic area of cooperation. So recently we have come up with India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, that was the output of G20. Okay? So India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor was connecting India to European countries via Middle East. So this will be a trade transport route, connecting the global supply chain. Okay? So rail, road and waterways, okay? All three will be connected to connect India to European countries via Middle East, and Austria has shown intentions to join this grouping. Okay? Under the recent Prime Minister's meet, Austria has shown intentions of joining India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. Plus, we have also invited Austria to join the International Solar Alliance. Okay? Apart from this, we have also signed the bilateral trade agreement. So we do have bilateral trade agreements, trade being conducted between India and Austria, but we do not have a free trade agreement with Austria. Okay? There is no free trade agreement signed with Austria which talks about reducing the trade barrier between the two countries. Okay? Then talking about the imports may we have railway parts, iron and steels, which are products which are being imported to India from Austria. But what are we exporting to them? It is majorly textile. Okay? Footwear. These things we are importing to Austria. Okay? Now, what are the technological areas of cooperation? See, we have set up we will become a net zero emitter by 2070. Okay? Net zero emitter by 2070. European Union together has stated that they will become a net zero emitter by 2050. But Austria has stated that they will become a net zero emitter or climate neutral by 2040 itself. So we can learn some technological lessons from Austria, some technological lessons of how to achieve climate neutrality at the earliest can be learned from Austria. Then the areas of cultural cooperation is also the sectors of Ayurveda and yoga. We do have several institutes of yoga or the bases teaching and preaching yoga in Austria. Okay? But apart from this, culturally speaking, we have also had a cultural exchange by Dr. Rabindranath Tagore visiting Austria. Okay? He has visited Austria twice, and that is what is the projection of India's culture to Austria. Austria knows India the way Rabindranath Tagore has described it. Okay? Plus, last but not the least is the diaspora. Diaspora में people from majorly Kerala and Punjab are residing in Austria. ठीक है? Kerala and Punjab, they are majorly residing and they are working in either health sectors or in the multilateral UN institutions, or they are also working in self-employed or business entrepreneurship. ठीक है? So these are the areas of cooperation, matlab these are the areas in which we are engaging with Austria. But what is the significance? What is the significance of the recent visit? The geopolitical significance. Talking about the geopolitical significance, we have the shared values of democracy. Okay? And Austria is also supportive of this fact that India should be granted a permanent seat at Security Council. United Nations Security Council mein India should have a permanent seat. This is advocated by Austria. Okay? Second is the economic significance. So economically speaking, it is one of the richest country of Europe. Because it is one of the richest countries, so we can expect more and more amount of investment by engaging with Austria. Plus, Indian diaspora can be of use in this sector, that they can promote investment, they can outflow the investments from Austria to India. Okay? Third is the technological significance, because they are expert in green hydrogen mission. They are expert in production of green hydrogen. Because they are they have a technical know-how about production of green hydrogen, so they can help us in shifting towards climate neutral at the earliest. Okay? Plus the shared global perspective. India and Austria share the same global perspective in US and Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russia-Ukraine conflict may we have tried to not intervene in this and we have kept our positions neutral by not aligning to either west or east. That is what is the stand of Austria also. Okay? So these are the significance. What are the challenges? First major challenge is the geographical distance. Between India and Austria, the geographical distance is huge, plus Austria is a landlocked country, so the trade is also quite low. Okay? That is one challenge. The second is the trade imbalance itself. Because Austria is a very rich country and we are majorly consumers, so we are importing heavily, not exporting sufficiently, which is leading to trade balance in favor of, trade imbalance which is in favor of Austria and against India. Okay? The imports are high value goods like machineries, pharmaceuticals and chemicals, and there are low bilateral trade penetration. So, because of the geographical difficulties also, bilateral trade penetration is quite low. Okay? Third problem is the differences in economic structure. India's economic structure has been focusing on agriculture majorly, and post 90s it has been in service sector also. But from agriculture to manufacturing and manufacturing to service sector, we did not jump. On the other hand, talking about Austria, their strength is the industrial base itself. Okay? So, because that is their strength, so they are really good at manufacturing. Okay? Which we have not sufficiently emphasized, which creates the demarcation in the economic structure. And last but not the least is the delay in the visa issues. There is immense visa restrictions between India and Austria, which is also hindering the outflow of labor from India to Austria. Okay? So what can be done? What can be the way forward? First is, if the visa is the issue, we know the problems, we know the solution. If visa is the issue, we need to redress the visa and mobility related issues. Okay? Secondly is the enhancement of cooperation. For example, renewable energy, as we discussed, they are experts in green hydrogen. Technology and education में there can be increased cooperation. We can go for a student exchange program. They can allow the scholarships for Indians. ठीक है, इस तरीके का cooperation in education can be carried out. ठीक है. Thirdly is enhancing geopolitical coordination. Geopolitical coordination in maintaining free and open Indo-Pacific. Plus, they are also non-NATO members. Plus, they are also members of OECD. Now, what is the difference? How does it create a difference if they are members of OECD? India, first of all, we are aspiring to become an OECD member, but currently we are a developing country and not a developed one, so it becomes difficult for India to become a member to OECD. But there is one problem. OECD has highlighted the high taxation on Indian farmers in 2023's report. In one of the reports of OECD, last year they have highlighted the high taxation on farmers. Okay? Through this channel of Austria, who is a member of OECD, we can ensure that the taxations are optimal. It is not excessive, it is optimal and required. Okay? So Austria can be a channel through which we can inform it to the OECD that the agriculture, the farmers are not heavily taxed. Okay? And fourth and last but not the least is the leveraging complementarities. So we need to develop the complementarities. We need to develop in areas in which they are very much developed. They need to develop in areas in which we are very much developed. For example, India has developmental capabilities. We do have, okay? And they do have technical and industrial capabilities. So technical and industrial capabilities can be learned by Indians through various sectors of cooperation. Okay? So these can be areas in which we can work and improve to improve the overall relationship between India and Austria. Okay? Now with that we come to the end of this topic. I wish you all the very best. If you have any doubt, please do let us know.